A €10 million deal that could change the future of Real Madrid is sealed, but nobody is talking about it. And there's a Premier League player valued at £25 million who wants to wear white. And there's more. Two very important players are back in training, but will they play this weekend already? If you love Real Madrid like we do, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. Here it's daily videos with the biggest bombs, dramas and glories of the greatest club in history. Let's go together, Madridistas. Let's start with news that will put a huge smile on any Real fan's face. After weeks of silence, anxiety, confusing medical reports, and that uncertainty that torments every football lover, Monday's training at Valdebebas finally gave us a poster-worthy sight. Eduardo Camavinga and Jude Bellingham back on the pitch, side by side, running, touching the ball, laughing with teammates. As if nothing had happened. Yes, brother, that's exactly what you heard. The two sacred beasts of our midfield are back in training with the main squad. Let's remember the drama. Camavinga suffered a serious ankle sprain at the very start of August. He missed several training sessions, didn't even play in preseason, and a lot of people were already speculating about surgery. But with hard work, intense recovery, and Real Madrid's first-class structure, the Frenchman is back in action. And Jude? Oh, Jude? He's from another planet. The Englishman had to undergo shoulder surgery during the summer. An old injury, something he'd been carrying since his Borussia Dortmund days. But he was a warrior, endured the pain as long as he could, and now, after weeks away, he's also back on the pitch. Now, hold your excitement, all right? Don't go adding both of them to your fantasy lineup for the Real Sociedad match just yet, because there's still a way to go. According to Marca, Bellingham will still need a few more weeks for full recovery, especially to get match rhythm and avoid setbacks. Camavinga, on the other hand, has minimal chances of being included this weekend, but the priority is clear. Don't skip steps. No forcing an early comeback. Real Madrid is thinking long-term, thinking Champions League, thinking about fighting for everything until the end of the season. And for that, they need both at 100%. Not 80, not 90, 100% Camavinga, 100% Bellingham. But let's be real, just knowing they're back, training with the group, is enough to breathe a sigh of relief and dream big. So, Madridistas, which one of these two do you think will come back stronger, Camavinga or Bellingham? Drop your comment below on who will be more important this season. Now check this out. Remember Nico Paz? The Argentine, who was treated as a gem in Real Madrid's academy, and everyone thought would disappear from our orbit? Well, it looks like this story is going to have a happy ending for us. According to Defensa Central, Real Madrid has already decided they're going to activate the buyback clause and bring Nico Paz back next summer for just $10 million. Think that's little? Just know that Inter Milan and Tottenham were ready to put money on the table. And even so, Nico only wants one thing, to return to the Bernabeu. Currently playing at Como in Italy, the kid is developing well, and Real itself believes the right moment to reintegrate him into the squad will be in 2026, when the midfield will need renewal. Isn't that giant club planning? And here's the detail. The player himself has already made it clear he wants to return. He loves Madrid, knows this is his place, and he's playing at his best to make sure he comes back flying. Nico is focused on becoming a key piece for Argentina's national team by the 2026 World Cup. And with Real waiting and watching closely, it looks like this marriage will happen again, and with a happy ending. Now it's time to talk about drama in the market. There's a 29 million defender who's causing a backstage war between Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, and even Bayern Munich. But you know what he told people close to him? I'd rather play for Real Madrid than for Barcelona. Bang! This one came from Defensa Central, and the beast's name is Marc Guéhi, Crystal Palace defender and one of the best center-backs in the Premier League right now. The guy almost ended up at Liverpool in the last transfer window. He had even done the medicals and everything. But Palace couldn't sign a replacement and blocked the deal at the last minute. Now, with his contract ending at the end of the season, he'll be able to sign a pre-agreement. And Real is already moving behind the scenes. And you know what's even crazier? Even with Barcelona's interest, Guehi made it clear he prefers to play at the Bernabeu. Can you believe it? Liverpool are still the favorites, according to Football Insider and the Daily Mail, but Real are watching closely and should make an offer in the summer. The best part? Real are masters at grabbing stars for free. Remember Alaba, Rudiger, and even Mbappe? All came for free, with expiring contracts. And if Guehi comes in the same way, Xabi Alonso will have a squad straight out of a video game. And Real Madrid's new fullback, Trent Alexander-Arnold, signed for €10 million from Liverpool, is already stirring debate inside and outside Spain. The fullback, who arrived with the mission of replacing Dani Carvajal in the long term, has faced an adaptation period full of pressure, suspicious eyes, and criticism from the fans and the Spanish press. And then came a statement that dropped like a bomb among Madridistas. According to England's national team coach Thomas Tuchel, Trent will only reach his maximum level if he is embraced. His words were clear: no beating around the bush. He needs to feel the love of the coach, the team, and the fans. Yes, that's right. Love, care, support. That's the message Tuchel left for Xabi Alonso and the entire Santiago Bernabeu. Tuchel knows the player well. He has already called him up and knows what he is capable of. But at the same time, he makes it clear that Trent is not a player driven only by tactics or competition. He needs the right environment, total confidence, unconditional backing. And the big question now is, does Real Madrid have that profile? Because everyone knows, the Bernabeu demands a lot. The fans don't have patience for mistakes, for bad passes, for defensive errors. Even less so when it comes to a player who arrived with the status of an international star. His start wasn't the most promising. He had poor performances at the Club World Cup, was heavily criticized, and even lost his spot in the starting 11 to Carvajal as soon as the veteran came back from injury. But, to be fair, it's also true that he responded well when given another chance. Against Mallorca, for example, he delivered a solid, more secure performance and showed that he really does have the quality to take over the right side of Real Madrid's defense. The question now is, will Xabi Alonso be able to get the best out of Trent? Will he have the patience to stick with him when he makes mistakes? Will he give him continuity, even under pressure from the stands? Will he shield the player during tough times? Because nobody questions his talent. But talent without the right environment doesn't flourish. The adaptation to Spanish football, the tactical differences between La Liga and the Premier League, the responsibility of wearing the Real Madrid shirt and replacing a legend like Carvajal, all of that weighs a lot. That's why the next few weeks will be decisive, not only for Trent, but for the whole project. If Xabi manages to balance tactical work with the human, emotional side, he could indeed turn Alexander-Arnold into one of the most dangerous fullbacks in Europe wearing white. And now, the final bomb. Arsenal were willing to pay €75 million for him. Mikel Arteta tried everything. He tried to seduce, promise a starting spot, sell the sporting project. And Real Madrid said no. Aurelien Tchouaméni stayed, and today he has simply become one of Xabi Alonso's pillars. According to Defensa Central, the Frenchman is considered a key piece, playing every game of the Club World Cup and dominating the midfield in the first 3 La Liga matches. And you know what's even better? He himself said in an interview with AS that playing under Alonso is changing the way he sees the game. He's evolving tactically, learning new roles, and now he might even get a new contract with a salary increase. Meanwhile, Arsenal are left missing what they never had. If you enjoyed this video and want more hot, explosive news always with Madridista blood running through the veins, subscribe to the channel now. Here it's Real Madrid every day. And drop a comment below. Which of these news got you the most excited? We're together, Madridistas. See you in the next video. Hala Madrid!